To take a look at some of the stories in the news and out there in the pop culture that have people screaming and talking.
Yes, psychotherapist Dr. Robi Ludwig joins us on the couch to discuss. And first, we will start with this. Jada Pinkett Smith defending her 13-year-old daughter.
Right.
And that picture that she took with her 20-year-old friend that was shirtless. She says there's nothing controversial about this picture. What are your thoughts?
Well, listen, as a mom, of course, Jada is going to defend her daughter to the press. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. And even though Jada says they have a no punishment rule in their household, having a discussion I would hope would take place, because really, I as a parent, I reacted. I would not want my daughter in this kind of picture. We don't know the whole story. Maybe Moises, the boy in the photo, is a good friend of the family's. But so what? I mean, it's all about perception. Now, maybe in Hollywood, the perception doesn't matter. Maybe
you surprised?
it works.
Are you surprised by this apparent wide perception and acceptance of this, though?
Who's accepting it, though? I mean, it seems like people are reacting because it's shocking. And listen, it looks sexual.
Yes.
It may not be, but sometimes it doesn't matter what actually is going on. It matters how things look.
Yes.
And as a parent, I would want to explain that to both my children, to a son and a daughter. Hey, it doesn't matter what's going on. It matters what people think, and you need to protect your image.
What about this no punishment policy, though?
Yeah, I
you think that's workable?
You know, I read that. I was like, I wonder how she's defining punishment. Is she defining punishment by hitting or grounding? Listen, as a parent, it is your job to instruct your child, to help them know how to be in the world. So I would hope that takes place, and maybe every parent defines that approach differently.
Yeah, so it's semantics more.
Yes, I would hope so.
Okay, well, now let's move on. Let's talk about Kim Kardashian. She was recently blogging about racism. And in this essay, she was talking about how she has seen many ugly bouts of racism ever since she's been with Kanye West. Tell us about this.
I'm sure it's true. You know, I notice whenever I put anything out that I'm talking about Kim and Kanye, people react very negatively, and I don't think it's just because of the race, but we think of Kim and she's a very pretty person. She's not known for having any talent other than for being beautiful. And there is something that happens when you're a parent. You start to see life through your child's eyes, and maybe having a child that's biracial is helping her to see, hey, maybe there are other issues that she can be addressing. And I would hope, and this is what is positive about parenthood, it really helps you to become a better person, a person who cares about the world in a deeper way. So perhaps this is Kim growing up and thinking about how she can contribute to the world in a more positive way, and addressing racism is certainly positive, and it needs to be addressed.
I just thought it was interesting because she had married two other men who were also African American.
But she didn't have a child.
But she didn't have a child with them.
She didn't have a child. So once you have a child, you understand your child is going to have to deal with different challenges, and perhaps she wants to be prepared for that. So I say go for it, Kim.
Well, Monica Lewinsky is talking about the challenges she has faced for years, but again, after a long silence, she's talking about her affair with Bill Clinton. What do you make of this?
Gosh, you know, I don't know if there's something politically driven here, but I would say my first thought is Monica is 40 years old. She's a woman who is in midlife, and she was truly traumatized by what happened to her, granted, as a result of her own choices.
Correct.
But how many people make good choices when they're in their 20s, and nobody would want to be defined for a lifetime by what happened in their... But she has been, and she went to another country, and I know from people who know her, she really was in love, or thought she was in love with Bill Clinton. And Bill Clinton has not suffered at all from this because he has good character witnesses. His wife and his child certainly supported him. And who's really standing up for Monica?
Is this healthy for her to do, then, do you think?
I think it is healthy for Monica to try to redefine herself and to be in the world in a different way. And maybe she's finding a new voice, a voice that says, hey, I take responsibility for what happened, but I don't want to only be defined as the woman who had an affair with the president. I'm so much more now, and I want the world to see that. And who could blame her for wanting, you know, to change that perception?
Well, no kidding. I mean, even now, she's a part of a Beyonce song. I mean, you know, so people don't forget. So.
All right, they don't forget the other woman when they have an affair with the president. That's true.
Dr. Robi Ludwig, thank you so much for sharing your insights. We always love having you on the couch.